GATE University, Odisha. Yes. And in a few minutes, the we will have the live streaming from the GATE University. We will just watch the whole auditorium of the GATE University. Yes, so the meeting is streamed live on YouTube. Yes. Now we have the live streaming on our YouTube channel. We will wait 2 to 3 minutes and then we will start.
Good morning, Dr. Anita. Good morning, Christina. Good morning. Who else I know? And Pinshia is having two screens. Of course, good morning to Dr. Supriya. Morning. I wish you
Yes,
first.
yeah. My warm greetings to each and everyone present here.
Yes. How many of them? Oh, 14. So many of them. On screen, I could only see few.
Yes.
I will greet everyone soon. Morning is normally sometimes very unpredictable. I receive sudden calls, sudden emails regarding my
Yes. Mornings are unpredictable.
yeah, like for me, first thing in the morning, I have to wait. Once I even sometimes before brushing my teeth, I have to check all my emails first because sometimes there's urgent email. I am a
Yes.
problem solver in my business as well, so I work with engineers and all. So they have problems, they always come back to me. I'm the one who coordinates, resolve everything. So that's why very unpredictable. Then next, suddenly, you have some cause because I'm the daring one who will advocate for my client cases. They have problems and all that. So sometimes morning is the part very unpredictable for me.
Right, right.
But of course,
Ashwini Rathod, in the chat box, you actually wrote about your presentation. So, Ashwini, are you from Medicapes University?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so are you a student or a faculty member, dear?
Ma'am, I'm a student.
Okay, you are a student. So, dear Ashwini, your chance will come around 11, 11 a.m., dear, right? Because
Okay,
of
ma'am.
yeah, because after having the sessions from the foreign speakers, from the Parul University and from the GAT University, we will having your speech, dear, right?
Okay, sure, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, okay, dear.
so the two
Yes,
speakers.
we have the two students, one from Croatia
Uh-huh.
and one from Medicapes University.
Medicare University. And then
These are the two students. Yes, these are the two
Dr.
students.
Yeah, Dr. Pankaj and Dr. LP Panda.
Yes, they will
They have
join. Yes, dear.
they are
Pankaj
speakers.
Panda and yes, and these both speakers are the honorable guest of honors from the GATE University, and they will be joining us 11 a.m. dear,
11.
around 11 a.m. Yes,
So they are also speakers, yeah.
yes,
Okay.
yes, they are the speakers.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
Rizana, what is the problem you are facing to switch on your camera, dear?
It's on video. I can't
Uh-huh.
seem to get it off of video to get it onto to switch it to the
Okay.
camera.
Okay. Dear, you can do one thing. Uh, Please log in again. Please join again. Okay.
Sure, no
And then
problem.
in a there is a box will come. Okay. And you have to allow camera. Okay. You have to click
Okay,
on allow button, right, dear?
okay, love.
Okay. So we can see you, dear. Louis sir and Professor L. Ramesh have joined us. Louis sir is from Portugal. Hello, Louis sir, our guest speaker from the land of Portugal. Louis sir, please check your mic and please check your camera, sir.
Yes, hello, greetings. Good morning from Portugal.
Yes, thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Sir, I am very grateful to you. Sir, I offer my sincere gratitude towards sir for joining in the early morning, sir.
Oh,
Actually, in
Dr.
Portugal, yes, in a Portugal, I think there is a 6:30 a.m., right, sir?
Yes, Dr. Supriya, right now it's more or less 6 a.m., yes,
Oh,
but
it's a
it is
6
indeed
a.m.
my pleasure and my honor to be here. So thank you so much for
Thank you, sir.
inviting me.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay.
Professor L. Ramesh, please check your mic and please check your camera, sir. I would
Welcome,
like to
Dr.
request,
Kadaso. Welcome, sir.
yes, sir. Professor L. Ramesh, please switch on your mic, sir, also. Please check your mic.
Ma'am. Yes.
Uh-huh. Please try to speak.
Yes, ma'am. Welcome, ma'am. So very happy to welcome all the members, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. So, sir, are you going to the GATE University?
No, I am the president of the Institution of Green Engineers.
Okay, president of the institute. Okay, sir.
Institution of
No
Green
issue. No issue, sir. No issue. Right.
चलो अभी कर ले
So,
चलो
so
टाइम हो गया है ऑलरेडी
Ashwini, please. Yeah, Ashwini, please switch off your mic.
वेट सर
Ashwini, please switch off your mic. Thank you. Okay. So yes, now we can officially start today's today's
Amit.
day 5. Yes. So for the inaugural address from the team of Witty Gossip Association, I would like to request our mentor, Estara, please give the inaugural address here.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Supriya.
Mm-hmm.
Namaste. Warm greetings to dear all from Malaysia, Medicap University, and Witty Gossip Association. I'm Professor Dr. Esther Mala, your mentor of this Grand Global Peace and Sustainable Development Goals Summit 2024. Gladly expressing immense gratitude and heartfelt appreciation in extending a warm vote of thanks on behalf of Witty Gossips Association and Medicap University to everyone here. SDG 5 is about gender equality, is one of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, which aims to achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. The targets of SDG 5 includes ending all forms of discrimination against all women and girls everywhere. Next, eliminating all forms of violence against women and girls in public and private spheres. including trafficking and sexual and other types of exploitations. Eliminating all harmful practices such as child abuse, early and forced marriage, and female genital mutilation. And the last will be ensuring equal access to education. What are the benefits of SDG 5? Let's see briefly. Okay, gender equality and empowerment of women and girls bring forth several significant benefits. First, social justice and human rights, economic growth and productivity, health and well-being, education and knowledge, peace and security, reduced poverty and inequality, environmental sustainability. These are few benefits which I shared with you briefly. In summary, SDG 5 not only benefits women and girls directly, but also positively impacts societies, economies, and the planet as a whole. Achieving gender equality is essential for a more just, prosperous, and sustainable world. Let us all hear from our distinguished speakers and educators what they have to share with us about SDG 5, gender equality. I'm gladly opening the floor for our successful Day 5 on quality education, gender equality, and welcoming all distinguished speakers again. To proceed, I would pass the floor to Dr. Supriya Pathak and Dr. Parul Sharda to invite the first speaker for the day.
Yes. So thank you very much, dear Astara, for the inaugural address. Now I would like to request Dr. Anita C. Powell for the keynote speakership as a first speaker. Dr. Anita, please address SDG 5, gender equality, ma'am. Ma'am, you are a phenomenal lady. You are a iron lady who actually the example of gender equality, who believes in a gender equality SDG 5. So Dr. Anita C. Powell, the whole virtual stage is your, ma'am. Ma'am, please address the SDG 5, ma'am.
Welcome, Dr. Anita.
Ma'am, you have to switch on your mic, ma'am.
There we go.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, I forget about that. Thank you so much, Dr. Supriya and Estera and Witty Gossip Association and Medicaps University and all of you. It's so good to be here. Well, you know, in preparing for this message, the first thing that when I was contemplating, it came about that I heard, you know, if we don't know where we've been, then how do we know where we're going? So that prompted me to do a little research, and I learned some things. And I want to thank you, Dr. Supriya, for the invitation, and Esther and Witty Gossip at Medicaps, because I learned something, and I went to do some research. And, you know, according to the European Journal of Archaeology, gender equality can be traced back 5,000 to 8,000 years when humans began to settle and to develop agriculture. So at some point, there was gender equality. In fact, even in 1500 BC, 1500 to 1458 BC, in some cultures, women owned property. They were in leadership positions. And even one such person, a pharaoh, and her name was Queen Hatshepsut. And not only did Queen Hatshepsut rule Egypt, she ruled, and in her reign, there was peace throughout the land. Now, also, you know, in the Middle Ages, women worked in government and they served as clergy, and they also held leading roles outside and inside the home. Now, what I found very interesting and very noteworthy was that the position that a woman held, either the leadership outside the home or leadership in the home, meaning in-home mom, they were treated of equal value. Both roles were considered very valuable and very important. Now, inequality, what I learned was that inequality kind of integrated into the Middle Eastern society by the 2nd century. And this was developed, or this was recovered and discovered by the Iberian Peninsula grave excavations, where they found certain items in the graves of women and men, and that kind of showed them the importance of men over women by the items that were in the graves. Even in the times of biblical times, that we have Mary Magdalene. And Mary Magdalene, from what is told, is that she was very close to Yehoshua, Jesus. And after the crucifixion, the name was smeared upon her as prostitute, because of how the women and the men, the levels, they were just not there. And so to diminish her role in her action and in her communication with Yehoshua Jesus, people, and more so the disciples, decided to smear her, to cast her into a light, and name her as a prostitute. But now it wasn't until the Second Vatican in the 1969, where they removed, after they did extensive research, they found that Mary Magdalene was not a prostitute. She was held. She had a high stature when she was walking side by side with Jehoshua. Now, also gender equality, gender inequality arose from in a biology nature, and then also a cultural nature. And the biology was the breastfeeding. And in the Western world, it was in the 1950s that there was an attitude that those women who breastfed were considered uneducated and uncultured. Also, now it was regarding the culture. Now we know that culture is tradition, it's a way of thinking, and it's a way of life. And as I'm wrapping up here, I just want to share with my brothers and sisters one thing that I thought about when I thought back when there was gender equality. The one thing that rung out to me was that how leadership roles, either inside or outside the home, were of equal value. And I have to say, I have attended, I don't know how many women empowerment, and which is a beautiful thing, how many women empowerment seminars, how many gender equality seminars that I've attended. And most often, well, I'm going to say 9 out of 10, if a little was spoke about the in-home mom, most of the gender equality and speaking for women empowerment and all of that is basically dealing with outside the home, the executive, the lawyer, the doctor, these types of positions. Well, very little do I hear about the value of the in-home mom. And we're talking a panel of sisters. So I just want to put it out there just to say that, as with everything, it starts with the individual and then it grows collectively. And I even had to ask myself, I said, okay, I sat myself down and really thought as I was preparing for this message that, okay, do I value in-home mom positions as I value that sister executive, that sister doctor, that sister lawyer, that sister teacher? And I gotta say, praise God, yes, I do, because I have a set of twin girls, and I was a working mom, single parent, and I had always wished that I was able to stay home with my girls, because I think that was a very, very honorable position. So I just want to say, in closing, that we, as with everything, anything, let there be whatever it is, and let it begin with me, let it begin with us. And as sisters, let's really think about, do we place on equal platforms all of the positions that we sisters honorably hold? And that's where I have. So let there be gender equality, and let it begin with me in my respect and reverence for every single position that we all hold throughout the global world, throughout our global community. Thank you so much.
Thank you, dear Thank you
Thank you.
very much, Dr. Astara. Sorry, thank you very much, Dr. Anita Sipovil. Thank you very much. Ma'am, could you do this again?
Yes.
Yeah, just hold on, ma'am. I am capturing your face, ma'am. Astara, please, you capture this moment, dear. Because when I am trying to capture, so it's written on head that meeting is now live streaming. So please capture this screenshot, dear.
Okay, okay, I will.
Sure.
Yeah. Smile. Okay.
Yes, yes,
One more.
bravo,
Yeah, one
bravo.
more. To your left a bit, ma'am. Your body is slanting. Yes, yes.
Great, great, dear.
Great. Thank you,
Great.
Doctor.
We good? Okay.
Yeah, great, great.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you,
Yes.
thank you. Yes. So, I think there is some technical issues in a live streaming from the GEIT University.
Yeah.
Yes, just hold on. I am talking to Dr. Kalicharan. Are you there?
Oh, Dr. Kalicharan. Welcome, sir. Where is he? Let me check whether he's here. Okay. Dear, you got to unpin.
Yes. KCH Rath. Kalicharan Rath, sir, please switch on once your mic and camera, sir.
Dr. Supriya, can you unpin Dr. Alice so that we can see the next speaker?
Yes, yes. Okay. So next, I would like to call. I would like to call Rosanna. Rosanna, now I think your problem issue with the camera has resolved. Rosanna, please check your mic and camera.
Hi, are you hearing me?
Yes,
Okay, so
perfectly
I'm
all right.
trying
Now you
from
can
another.
switch on your camera also, dear.
Yeah, Dr. Supriya, before that, can we give comments to Dr. Anita?
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, dear. Yes,
Because,
please go ahead.
yeah, I just can't restrain myself from giving her these comments. Okay,
Yes, yes.
Dr. Anita, you have delivered and very inspiring, impactful presentation. It is so fascinated. I'm so fascinated with your story. I'm sure the rest of the participants here too, very happy, the way to our heart. And of course, you want to put across the message. Your story is so inspiring and thought-provoking because gender inequality does not only exist now. From hundreds of years it started. Yeah. So it looks like it is not becoming less. The gap is getting wider and wider. Before, because people don't have enough knowledge. Yeah, no education, no higher education, not enough knowledge about how important, women's contribution to everyone, to the world, to our life. But now with all the knowledge, we still go through it. As I normally share in my conferences and forums that women with same qualification, same age group with the men earning 46% lesser than the men.
Yes.
So what this shows? This shows that we are still not getting the gap closer, but getting it more broader. It's not being solved. Although many women has come forth to contribute to the family, nation, community, and country, and of course, to the whole world. So it is a serious issue. Yes. So unless each and every one of them, of us, especially men has to give the woman the right to do the thing. Unless the men recognize and surrender, we cannot achieve. So that is what I got from your sharing. Beautiful story. Impactful. Thank you, Dr. Anita. We love to have you again.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, dear Astara, for your wonderful, for your amazing insights, dear. Thank you very much. So now we have the live streaming from the GIETU Mechanical Department and the university. So moving ahead, now I would like to request, yes, Rosanna, now you can switch on your mic and camera, dear.
Yes, my mic is connected.
Dear, you have to switch off your mic. Okay, yes.
Yes, sorry about that.
No issue that.
I'm having a little technical issue with my camera. I tried from another device, but it's still not.
No issue, dear. No issue. Not at all. No issue. Okay.
Yes, rain is falling on my end, so maybe I could speak after another person.
Yes, sure, dear. Sure. So moving ahead, now I would like to request Quenchen. Quenchen, are you ready with your presentation?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay, that's great, dear. That's great. Panda sir, we will take your request because you have the meet. I am Dr. Panda from Odisha. Yes, sir, we will. You have the urgent meeting on 11:30 a.m. So, sir, we will free you. You will start your session in next 15 minutes, sir. So, Quenchen, please start your presentation, dear.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, dear.
Sorry, the host disabled participant screen sharing.
Just hold on, dear. I am making you a co-host. Yes, dear. Now you are a co-host with both your IDs, dear.
It's still host disabled participant.
Just hold on.
Just.
Yes, dear. You are co-host, dear. With both your IDs, dear. Are you now able to share the screen, dear?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. That's great, dear. Yes, sir. Sir, but after 10 minutes, we will take this session, sir, from Panda, sir.
All right. I'm Principal Bima Bugay from Philippines. Sustainable Development Goals, SDG 5, gender equality, equal rights in workplace. And gender equality means that the right and responsibilities, opportunities of individuals not depend on whether they are male or female, handicapped or able-bodied, young, elderly, white or black, or from rural or urban settings. Women are entitled to live in dignity, safety, and security. And of course, the SDG explains the gender equality, which is the equal right for individuals, and eliminating the many root causes of discrimination that still curtail women's rights in private and public spheres. And then for the SDG 5, that it aims the gender equality and empower all women and girls, are simply on gender equality. So we have a number 1, we have the end discrimination against all women and girls. Number 2, eliminate violence against women and girls, or against women's and girls' lives. 3, eliminating early and forced marriage, or the cult of harmful practices as child marriage. So securing equal participations and opportunities for leadership. universal access to sexual reproductive right. So here in the Philippines, we have Philippine Development Plan 2023-2028. It aims to increase the participation of women in the labor force from 51.7% in 2022 to 54% in 2028. This will be done by providing them more economic opportunities and addressing the gender bias and gender stereotype associated with women. So the situation here in the gender equality in the Philippines, according to the Global Gender Gap Index report, World Economic Forum, as of 2022, out of 146 countries, Philippines achieved 19th position. And now, from the 2023, Philippines achieved in the 16th position. So the country still retains this 16 status are the most gender equal nation in Asia. So we have a labor code for gender equality in the Philippines. The Republic Act 6725, the prohibitions on discriminations against women. Specifically, this law focuses on women's rights for fair employment. This prevents companies from hiring on the basis of gender. Discrimination also involves promoting and giving opportunities to employees because of their sex. So we have our Republic Act number 6725. So these are the index global as data. So out of 146, 16, 2023. So here's the reports. And global gender gap reports. And the last one, of course, gender equality means freedom and opportunities for everyone. Of course, G stand for growth, E for endeavor, N for nourish, D development, E excellent, R respect, E is eagerness, Q is quality, U is understanding, A assurance, L is life, I intellectual, T is time, and the last one, U. In short, girl is the empowerment in the worldwide. And here are the different images that girl participate in different of skills. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you very much, dear, for your crisp and very short presentation. Actually, in your presentation, you put lots of points related to the gender equality. So thank you very much, dear. Thank you. Christiana, our mentor from the land of Croatia. Dear, would you like to share your views about the questions presentation? One of our speaker from the land of Philippines.
Thank you, Dr. Supriya. Hello to everybody. I'm very proud to heard this message from Quencian because it's important to involve women in each part of working area because women can make it everything and after Second World War, the women participate in every factory. They build every machine. They making the airplanes, etc. And the gap after that was more bigger and bigger. And thank you, Quencian, to share that we must involve women everywhere. And I'm very glad to see the guys from Mechanical Institute, because I'm a mechanical engineer, and I'm very proud the women participate in every part of the working area. Thank you, Quencian. Thank you.
Thank you very much, dear. And actually, I love this picture. And you put in your slide number 1 that gender equality in workplace. So yes, of course, dear, we believe in a gender equality in workplace, equal rights in workplace. Yes. So thank you very much, dear. Thank you very much for your wonderful presentation. Thank you.
Thank you,
dear.
thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So, moving ahead now, I would like to request dear Astara. Dear Astara, please invite our honorable speaker L. Panda sir from
Thank you. Yeah.
Yes, yes, dear. Yes.
Sorry. Thank you, Dr. Supriya. Now I take with great honor and respect, I would introduce Dr. Lakshmi Panda, Assistant Professor in Economics Department. He has 20 years experience in teaching and research activities. He obtained a doctorate from Berhampur University, Odisha. He has done extensive works, and he has experiences in academic publishing as editor, author for multitude of books, and he is a multi-award winner as well. And he organized a diverse range of educational programs. These are brief introduction about him. Actually, there's more. So due to time constraint, I will just...
Sir, L. Panda sir, before starting with your presentation, Quinchin, can we have your gesture, dear?
Yeah.
Your join hands gesture, Quinchin. Quinchin, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes. Okay.
Yeah, we
Just
left
hold
out.
down, dear. I am giving you a spotlight.
Hello.
Yes. Dear Astara, please
Yes.
click the picture of Quinchin.
Yes, done.
Done.
dear.
Thank you, dear. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes. So
Yes.
now,
Thank you po.
yes. Now I would like to invite Dr. Lakshmi Panda to present his presentation. Welcome, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to thank to Global Peace and Sustainable Development Summit 2024, the organizers, and as well as my student friend, Dr. Kali Charan Rath, for giving me a wonderful opportunity to speak on this platform. Today I will talk about this gender equality as a sustainable development goal number 5. So with this, I think the time is very short. Then I will quickly look into some of the points which are very relevant over here. So as you know, friends, that we have been in the era of right now Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. That is what succeeding this Million Development Goals, MDGs of 2015. As you know that MDGs were focused on improving well-being in the developing world, but whereas this is 17 SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, addresses all countries and aim at reconciling economic and social with ecological goals. The Sustainable Development Goals offers the global health community a strategic opportunity to promote human rights, advance gender equality, and achieving health for all. As you know that the gender bias is an undermining our social fabric and devalues all of us. It is not just a human right issue. It is a tremendous waste of the world's human potential. By denying women equal rights, we deny half of the population a chance to live life at its fullest. So political, economic, and social equality for women will benefit all the world's citizens. Together, we can eradicate prejudice and work for equal rights and respect for all. So, friends, in these connections, what I can say that the gender equality is a fundamental human right and is a prerequisite for sustainable development. Sustainable Development Goal aims to achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. In India, achieving this goal has been a long-lasting challenge due to deeply ingrained patriarchal attitudes, gender-based violence, and socioeconomic disparities. Here, we try to achieve then equality by ending all forms of discrimination, violence, and harmful practices, economic and public life for women. So these are the different targets is being made by 2030. And really, then how India is achieving all these targets, it's a matter of time will tell. Then end discrimination against women and girls and all violence against and exploitation of women and girls, eliminate forced, all these 9 targets are being there, then one can very well look into it. Now, friends, if we can think of the gender equity and gender equality, to a little bit focus on the concept based, gender is a multifaceted concept encompassing social, cultural, and psychological dimensions. It is very well distinct from biological sex. Here, gender encompasses the roles, behaviors, expectations, and gender identities that society is constructed around being male, female, or non-binary. Importantly, these constructs are learned, changeable over time, and vary across different cultures and contexts. So, if you can think of the gender equity and equality, what are the basic differences between this equity and equality? Equity means here women and men should have equal opportunities and access to resources, regardless of the gender. This means ensuring that women have the same opportunities as men to participate in education, employment, and leadership roles. But equality refers to the idea that women and men are valued equally and have equal rights and opportunities. This means that women and men should be treated as equals in all respects of society, including in the workplace, in the home, and in politics. So this particularly SDGs focuses on this gender equality. So here, if you can have a gender equality, as you know, the many benefits are there. There will be an economic empowerment, health and well-being, education, social justice and human rights, political representation, reducing violence, breaking stereotypes, family and community well-being, legal reforms, global commitments. But friends, we can just share some of the points, especially in relating to that of India, that here we can say a mere of 1.6% of companies listed on the Fortune India, 500 have women at the helm, while the figure stands at 5% for the next 500 and 3.2% for the Fortune India 1000 companies. I mean to say that as we are going higher and higher, then we are finding the less and less women. Then why? Again, if you can look into some of the primary statistics of India, enrollment of girls in primary education is absolutely fantastic, 100%. But whereas if you come to this higher education, then the percentage is reduced to 76.8%. And till today, if you look at the sex ratio, 918 girls for 1,000 boys. If you look at this proportionate of 48.5% of women, but 48.5% of a men, but what is the percentage of women? 27.4% is women are in the workforce. So the question is of there is a disparity. If you look at the position of women in different institutions level, if you look at the Lok Sabha, then 12%. And if you in different Panchayat Raj institution, 46%. One woman in three women have experienced some form of physical or sexual violence in their lifetimes. So these are the different statistics which makes us life so horrible. The kind of thinking what we need to put over here, it is a matter of time will tell. So the 30 to 40% of women employees quit workforce by the time they enter middle management. And if you look at the different case studies, the big corporations, they are very much trying hard to involving women into their group so as to increase the representations of women in leadership positions within the country. If you look at this company like IBM also implemented initiatives like the Women in Technology program, which provides training, mentorship, and networking opportunities for women in technical roles. So, friends, it is what kind of society? Society is always believing on the man, then it is on a kind of notion that the man becoming more and more stronger. But as today, the strength is not the only criteria. Today is the criteria of that how much you are innovative, how much you are intelligent, and how much you can deliver to the society. Then women are not not intelligent or not can deliver the enter into the society. The question is of we have to give the opportunity to the women so that they can come forward, and as well as we will have to make this equal society. So today, whether man or woman who is more creative, more intelligent, more innovative, then he or she will be in the world of the hem. But there are some kind of indicators that is being talking in your sustainable development goals, and a target is being made, then how far we are achieving in the target. Suppose if I can say that proportion of women in managerial position, including women in board of directors in listed companies. Target is 245. But how for this India is achieved? 190. Then if at all I am living in the state of Odisha, is in a state of 4.5 crore of people, there then the proportion is 2.6. Then organizational land holdings gender-wise, it comes to target is 50, but we're at 13.96. So against the target, then we are in low in all the indicators. And all these indicators, suppose rate of crimes against women, then we want to have 0, but the 62.4% in India, but whereas the Odisha it is a little bit higher, also 1.103.5. This is what the different targets indicators showing that then how much gender equality we are having. So the question is here, there are two kind of indexes often we are talking about. That one is called the Global Gender Gap Index, GGGI 2023, and the other one is called the Gender Inequality Index, GII. If at all we can look at it, this Global Gender Gap Index 2023, India was ranked at 127 out of 146 countries in this as report specified. And if at all we can GII, Gender Inequality Index, the value is 0.490. Then our Economic Survey 22-23 stated, highlighting the performance of the government policies, the score is remarkable improvement compared to that of South Asian region's average value of 0.508 and is close to the world average of 0.465 and has got India rank of 122 among other over 190 countries. So these two indexes, then we will have to look into minutely, and we will have to see that then how far we are in gender equality. So I think the time is very less, 2 to 3 minutes I will take time to finish it. So what are the government initiatives to promote gender equality and approaches to empower women? A lot of schemes and effort is being taken by Government of India to make empowering women. For example, I can say the Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, then Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Matru Bandhana Yojana, Mahila Shakti Kendra, the National Mission for Women Empowerment of Women, National Crèche Scheme, Swachh Bharat Mission, Ujjwala Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, National Nutrition Mission, then Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. These are the different kind of initiative taken by government to empowering women. Then if you can take into the potential benefits of gender equity through enhancing organizational ecosystem, because as you know, in organizations, if you take more and more women into participation, that the development of the organizations will be. So what are the different supportive arguments we can talk about? The improved talent acquisition, retentions, enhanced innovations and creativity, then technology and entrepreneurship, better decision making, increased employee engagement and productivity, reduced legal and reputational risks, positive impact on society and community. Lastly, I can say that I have taken a little bit case study of the different organizations like United Nations, World Bank, then Goldman Sachs, Tata Group, Infosys, State Bank of India. I found that with the participation of more female, then the impact of more female in the organizations. Suppose, for example, like I said, United Nations, then in more female participation, then diversity of perspective, potential reductions in gender biases, and improved decision making in addressing global issues. Suppose Tata Group is a larger corporate group, then the inclusion of more women, then improved workplace culture, potential for greater innovations, and promotion of gender diversity is a business imperative in the Indian corporate sector. So friends, then how far it is an important point to ponder and think about it. So challenges are there, but we'll have to overcome all the challenges, and then we'll have to adopt some of the common approaches to have a society of equitable. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for joining us. Sir, would you like to do this gesture, sir?
Yes.
Sir, actually, we have the join hands gesture, sir. So
Right. Just let me, because suddenly then I'm having a little bit problem with my.
Let all students.
Is it okay, ma'am? Thank you.
Dear Estara.
I have done it, but if you could adjust your your screen lower because you are looking. Yeah, yes, yes, yes. Can you pin him again, Dr. Supriya?
Yes,
Yeah, now
just
he's
hold on.
better. He's better now.
It's
Can you
better
pin
now.
him?
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Yes. Great. Your hands lower. So yes. Great.
Okay. So dear, please capture. Yes.
Yeah, done. Done. Done, sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Because the paucity of the time, some of the things I've skipped it. Okay.
Thank you.
Am I audible?
Am I audible, dear?
Yes, yes. Quite
Yes,
audible.
you're audible.
Okay, okay, sir. So, sir, thank you very much for joining us, sir. It's a really great honor, sir, to have you in this global platform, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes. So, moving ahead, now I would like to request our honorable guest of honor, Luis, sir, from the land of the Portugal. Luis, sir, are you there? Yes.
Yes, Dr. Supriya, I'm
Yes,
here.
Luis, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, I am giving you a spotlight, sir. Just hold on. Yes, that's great, sir. Sir, please proceed, sir. Sir, you have to tell about the quality education and the gender equality, because you know there is a lots of discrimination regarding the quality education. There are lots of gender discrimination, sir. So, sir, please tell me, sir, your views about the quality education as well as the gender equality, sir. So, the whole virtual stage is yours, sir. Please proceed, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Supriya. Thank you, Dr. Esther. And again, thank you so much for inviting me for this extraordinary occasion to celebrate the SDGs that are common for us all, that constitute a common goal regarding our common future. Namely, when we think about what we have to achieve by 2030 regarding our world problems, our world dilemmas, and our most important concerns regarding gender equality and education. So please allow me to share my presentation. Is it possible?
I see. Doctor, yeah, please make, I'll make you co-host.
Yes.
Oh, I can't do it here because I am not the co-host.
Okay.
Okay, you make me co-host also, so easy.
Yes, yes.
Thank
Yes,
you.
I'm doing. Just hold on. Yes, sir. So, Luis, you
Okay.
are a co-host, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And
So,
dear Estara, you are
Yes.
also a co-host now.
Thank you, Dr. Supriya.
Yes, Luis, sir. Please proceed, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Supriya. So, my dear colleagues, my dear friends, we are here united by our common efforts regarding gender equality, but also in order to understand how education is, of course, a vital pillar regarding our common future and regarding the connection with the SDG 4. So SDG 4 and SDG 5 are indeed truly connected when we are thinking about how to create true sustainability regarding the needs of our nations, the needs of different continents, and the common needs that we have to understand that are key elements for our sustainable development goals. So, my dear friends, I would like to begin by saying that we all agree that quality education is, of course, the basis for the development of our societies. This is indeed our major concern nowadays when we think about 2030. And 2030 is of course, our deadline to achieve quality education, to achieve the SDG goals, and to connect all the SDG goals in order to reshape the frameworks that we have and to overcome the abyss that we have between the values and the principles we share and the creation of societies that are regulated by tolerance, by credibility, by understanding the needs to respect differences, and of course to incorporate better practices in education in order to eliminate discrepancies regarding gender and many other issues that are affecting nowadays common efforts. So, my dear friends, I would like to emphasize that our 2030 agenda is driving us to this common avenue of opportunities. I truly believe that we have to maintain a positive posture and an optimistic point of view regarding SDG 4, because indeed we have done a lot regarding quality education. All our countries are committed regarding this SDG 4, and all our countries have given proofs regarding that SDG 4 is establishing a new mindset for us all, not just in higher education, but of course in all educational systems. But we also agree that we have a lot of work that has to be done. For example, remote learning remains out of reach for at least 500 million students. So this means that education has to become the major priority when our governments are addressing the needs of our nations. Because without education, we cannot go ahead with sustainable development goals. Without education, we cannot go ahead in order to create a better society for the next generations. So everything is connected with quality education and education for all. But let us remember that according to the latest study released by the United Nations, that shows, of course, a lot of positive results, but also show us that we have a lot of work to do. More than half of children that have not enrolled in school live in sub-Saharan Africa, and an estimated 50% of out-of-school children of primary school age live in conflict-affected areas. So this is why we need peace. We cannot have success regarding this SDG about education and quality education without peace. And let us remember that at least 175 million boys and girls up to the age of 5 are not enrolled in early childhood. So this is a major concern for us all. So globally, there has been little progress in the percentage of primary school teachers who are trained. This is another big concern that we have. We need more teacher training, because with better and more teacher training, we'll have more teachers. And with more teachers and more teacher training, we'll be able to develop our educational systems, and we can go ahead with this SDG main goal. So let us remember that many children are still dropping out of school. And by 2030, 4 in 10 young people will still not be completing secondary education. So these numbers are here to remember us that we all have to work in common. These numbers are about the world as a whole. It's not just about one nation. This is a problem that is affecting the entire planet. So data released by UNESCO show that globally, at least 750 million young people and adults still do not know how to read and write. 617 million children and adolescents lack minimum proficiency in reading and mathematics. And reading and mathematics are the key basics regarding our educational systems. These are our key literacies. And without these key literacies, we cannot move further. Let us remember that the summary of our targets is still not yet successfully achieved. So we need to complete free primary and secondary school for all. We need access to early childhood education and care, affordable quality technical, vocational, tertiary, and university, skills for employment and entrepreneurship. We have to eliminate gender disparities and have equal access to education. We have to ensure that all youth and most adults have numeracy and literacy, and that knowledge and skills for sustainable development must be one of our major concerns. So, my dear friends, we have to start integrating into existing national education sector plans, financial and monitoring processes. All these framework regarding the SDG common framework regarding education. Of course, we are locating the entirety of the SDG for Education 2030 under the overall framework of the country's sustainable development policies, plans, and programs. But indeed, we have a long path ahead of us. So we need to mobilize all stakeholders, not just schools, but also governments, public sector, the private sector. We need to implement a common constructive point of view so that we can have these achievements by 2030. And my dear friends, let us remember that about 80%, for example, of UK students believe sustainable development should be promoted by universities. So higher education has a major role here to play regarding SDG, quality education and education for all. So universities must be power-driven by this SDG, and universities should be indeed a motor, an element to create a new mindset regarding a new educational policy that can establish a connection between the community, the needs of the labor market, and what we are doing now in higher education. Everything must be connected nowadays. So let us try to understand what is the most desirable framework that we need to overcome this abyss. So we need policies, my friends. We need policies with core values, with shared commitments that can create true partnerships. We need responsible operations. We need healthy and sustainable school campuses. We need environmental education and climate literacy to be connected. So I'm not just talking about how to create a new point of view regarding curriculum, but also how to establish a new curriculum to incorporate SDG in a more vital role. So this leads us to the so-called environmental education that truly is the connection between awareness, knowledge, values, and attitude, skills, and participation. So when we connect environmental education with everything we are doing in higher education, then I'm sure we are on track regarding quality education, education for all, and our goals by 2030. So let us think about knowledge, skills, and values. Let us connect knowledge, skills, and values. And when we think about values, so we think about an appreciation for key values and perspectives to connect to the human condition. This means to know why, and of course, to know why is connected to know what. This is about the provision of knowledge to understand issues. And of course, to know what is connected to know how. This is all about building key skills and competencies to address global challenges. So when we think about these common efforts that we have to establish as priorities, let us remember that the Qingdao Declaration, inspired by UNESCO in 2015, declares that by 2030, we have to integrate ICT-based teaching and learning in all sectors of education. And when we'll be integrating ICT-based teaching and learning, I'm sure we will overcome many of the difficulties we have today, because this creates well-informed long-term policies and strategies. This enables us to go ahead with professional development and well-researched and innovative methodologies for education technology. And of course, this all plays a central role in building inclusive and sustainable knowledge societies. And this is, again, our common goal, to have inclusive and sustainable knowledge societies. So, my friends, indeed, education is, of course, our top priority, is a fundamental human right, and it is indispensable for the achievement of sustainable development. So this is all about empowering girls. This is all about the combat regarding climate change, to fight inequality and end extreme poverty. So all stakeholders must work together, not just schools, but schools, community, and the labor market, as I said before. Education needs this commitment, my friends. Education needs to be our core element regarding this new mindset for this 21st century. So this requires that, of course, business, technology, different organizations, new policies regarding quality education must be established as priorities. This means that we have to connect what we are doing in higher education with the needs of the new employees, for example. And we'll be needing upskilling and reskilling because we have new technologies nowadays that are inspiring us, but also creating a lot of challenges. So let us think about what we would all benefit regarding a huge increase regarding quality education support. 170 million people could be lifted out of poverty if all students learned basic reading skills. So, my friends, this is the basis for the whole process. This is the basis for a global change. This is the basis for our common endeavor regarding education. So I would like to quote Abraham Lincoln about education. And he told us, upon the subject of education, I can only say that I view it as the most important subject which we as a people may be engaged in. And these wise words must inspire us all in order to change our societies and establish education as the most important and common priority. So the future, my friends, I think the future is also connected with this Japanese proverb, better than 1,000 days of diligent study is one day with a great teacher. So for all this, we need great teachers. We need inspiring teachers. We need more teacher training programs. We need to support teachers. We need to give teachers the tools, the instruments, the literacies, and of course, we have to inspire the new generation of teachers to go ahead with SDG quality education and education for all. So thank you again, Dr. Supriya, Dr. Estera. It was indeed a great honor to be here. It was a great pleasure to share these points of view regarding education, quality education for all. And I truly believe if we are all connected, if we are all using the same framework, that is the framework for success regarding education, we will achieve these goals by 2030. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir, I am giving you a spotlight, sir. Just hold on.
And I will capture.
Yes. Yes, sir. Please do the join. Sir, please do joining hand, sir. Sir, little bit up.
I think got to adjust your laptop a bit lower so you can see. Yeah, your screen. Oh, great.
Great, sir. Great.
Just nice.
Better, I think.
Yeah, your hand maybe higher a bit. You are okay, but your hands.
Yes,
Yeah.
perfectly all right. Yes,
Perfect.
sir.
Well done.
Well done, sir. Well done. Well done,
Thank
dear
you.
Astara. Thank you very much, dear. Thank you very much. And
Thank you.
in the
Thank
chat
you.
box, I can see the comment from our Parul University, Palak Patel ma'am. It was great and reaching presentation, sir. So, sir, this is the commendable remark from the Palak Patel, sir. In a chat box, she said the enriching presentation, great enriching presentation. So thank you very much, sir, for joining us from the land of Portugal. And sir, from the whole team of Witty Gossip Association, sir, I offer my sincere gratitude, sir. Sir, you are, sir, tremendously intellectual, sir. And thank you very much, sir, for joining us. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Supriya. Thank you for your very kind words. Thank you, Dr. Esther. It's a great pleasure to see you again. And thank you, of course, to all the kind words from our colleagues and friends and participants. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And
Thank you very much.
congratulations for this organization and all the best for the next initiatives. Thank you so
Thank you,
much for
sir.
having me.
Such an incredible, brilliant sharing, very detailed. Yeah, give us the whole picture of what is happening, how it's related to gender equality. Thank you, sir. I'm impressed.
Thank you. Thank you so much,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Esther.
Dear Christiana, are you there?
She'll be offing her camera.
Yeah.
So somewhere.
So, Christiana, would you like to say something?
Yes, that is my. Thank you, Mr. Luis. It's amazing to point that education developed gender equality, because if they don't read, if they don't educate it, they can participate at the equality, equity, because that is important. People must read, communicate it, and then we are developed that gender equality. Thank you for that amazing point of view. Thank you. Thank you, Luis.
Thank you.
Have a nice day. I will listen with all of you and my Agatha. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Okay, dear. Okay, thank you very much. Yes. So now, moving ahead, I would like to request Palak Patel, ma'am. She is from Parul University. Palak Patel, ma'am, now it's your turn. And I am extremely sorry, ma'am. You are waiting since morning, ma'am.
No, thanks. Thanks a lot and very good morning to all of you, because I am in India and it's morning. But good evening to the other participants also. So can I share my screen?
Yes, Palak ma'am, I would like to
I need to
say
share
you.
a screen. So can you just
Yeah, ma'am, I am making a co-host, ma'am. Ma'am, before making you co-host,
yeah.
ma'am, please introduce yourself, ma'am, to all our mentors, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. So uh, I am Professor Palak Patel. I am Associate Principal at Parul Institute of Design at Parul University, located at Vadodara, Gujarat, in India, and looking after the design foundation and the fashion textile part. Apart from that, I am a research scholar. I am pursuing my PhD right now on the sustainable pattern making practices. So, and I'm very much privileged to be over here to present on the topic of SDG Go Live on gender equality, and that too in the fashion industry. So,
yes, ma'am, please proceed,
okay,
ma'am.
yeah. Yes, ma'am, please. Yeah, yeah. I hope everyone can see my screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Is the screen visible? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So the here my main topic is, as we are talking on SDG goal of number 5, that is of the gender equality. So what basically the goal strives for to achieve a gender equality and empower women and girls by addressing discrimination, violence, harmful practice, unpaid care work, leadership opportunities, and sexual and reproductive health and rights of women. Because so when we talk about gender equality and the SDG goals, so first we should know that what are the main goals of SDG, what they have already given us the goals. That first is the discrimination against women and girls everywhere. It's about the violence against women and girls in both public and private spheres, including trafficking and exploitation. It's eliminating harmful practices such as child, early, or forced marriage, as well as a female genital mutilations. It's recognizing and valuing unpaid care and domestic work by providing public services, infrastructure, and social protection policies. Ensuring that women's participation is as a equal opportunities for the leadership at all levels of decision making in economic and public life. Ensuring universal access to sexual and reproductive health and reproductive rights, because in India there are many towns and villages where it's about the girl child also and the male child. So this is also a very prominent goal for SDG 5. The adopting and strengthening the sound policies and enforceable legislation for the promotion of gender equality and empowerment of women. So these are the main goals of SDG 5, what they are talking about, the gender equality and women empowerment for women and girls. So when we talk about gender equality, it's about basically what we think is the equal opportunities given to the gender. It's for equal opportunity to all the individuals. So eradicating the gender-based discrimination and biases, where we guarantee them for the equal rights, responsibilities, and perspective irrespective of their gender. We enable the individuals to pursue their aspiration and goals without gender-related constraints. Implementing the systematic reforms and fostering cultural transformations to foster a more equitable and inclusive society for every gender. So in general, if we talk about this, the gender equality is about economic development, where we talk about the salary, the wages is based on the gender. So we need to eradicate that. The equal opportunities given to the gender, whether it's women or men, but all the opportunities, whether it's a decision making or a leadership roles, it has to be given. The social justice needs to be given irrespective of the gender. Education, a right to education should be there for girls also and for the boys. It has to be equal. It should not be the priority basis. And the health and well-being, because when we talk about the health and well-being, it comes down for your menstruation or a reproductive, that is a pregnancy or maternity leave and all. So it has to be it has to be gender bias. So when I was just researching about this, and the Forbes India has also researched about the data. This is data on the basis of 80 countries. They have just come up with things where 27% believe that women have same right as men. Out of 100, only 27%. 28% believe that the women should go for university education, and men should not. Men should also. Means only 28% people believe that university is meant for women also. So 49% say that men make better political leaders than women. But we see many women are also coming up as a political leaders. 46% believe that men should have more right to a job than women. So if we compare, we talk about gender equality, we talk about discrimination, but then also the percentage is low. The women are not given that much opportunity that has to be given off. So almost 60% of Indian women are worried about the rights, financial security at the workplace also. So this is the very sparking question for the Indian people also, and there are many schemes and policies also coming up where women are getting little bit safer. So when we talk about gender equality, it exists in all the sectors. It's not only that it has been related to only one sector like education or a political or a social or somewhere. So I will be talking about more about how gender equality is there in fashion business also. So when we talk about fashion, there are three sectors, the main three sectors. One is the fashion designers, where the designers design the clothes. It's a studio or a brand. Another is the fashion industry, where the mass production and the bigger production level takes place. And another, the major part in India, is the craft sector. So because India is a very good heritage and they have lots of crafts, so craft sector is also a bigger part. So when we talk about this, so when we talk about fashion design brands and studios and designers, where 80% workers are women, and it's a women dominant industry. But when we talk about the industry part, that is the mass production or the quality, when we talk about the bigger brand where they are going for the, it's a managerial position at supply chain or something, then at that 20% are women, and it's a male dominant industry. Craft sector is a 70% women dominant industry. While modeling and campaigning, there is an equal share where men and women are given equal opportunities. So this is all about all the sectors of fashion where what is the ratio of men and women. The main challenges what has been faced in the fashion industry regarding the gender equality is, first is the pay gap, the low wages, where women are underpaid and men are paid. They are given the promotions. So it's about the opportunities and promotions also. And then they have the lack of representation and leadership roles. They are being questioned for pregnancy and maternity leave also. There is a discrimination in the roles and the responsibilities that has been given. There are health and menstrual problems. So on basis of that also the discrimination is being taken off. The work-life balance. These are the most challenges that the woman faces. It's an unconscious bias and the sexual harassment. So these are the major challenges that a woman faces in the industry. And these are the things where it's not only related to fashion, it's related, these all challenges are faced in the other sectors also. So my main question is, when we talk about the fashion industry and where the women are also most of the consumer, majority of the consumers are women, they are spending 226% more on clothing annually compared to men. And 80% garment workers are women. But then also, predominantly when we think about it, the whole industry is been dominated by men and not women. So we are trying to work on this, and there are the policies which are coming up. The government is also has put up many policies on this, and many women are coming up with their entrepreneurship skills, and they are coming up at the leadership and managerial positions. So when this is about the everyone has to speak about it, then only the discrimination can be rid of. We can eradicate the discrimination only when there we will speak up. So this was the presentation on the SDG goal 5 that was related to gender equality. And thanks a lot for giving me an opportunity. And if you have any questions, you can ask me.
Yeah, Dr. Patel. Dr. Patel,
Yes.
can you please share a bit about what is like now we are advocating on gender equality, especially for women. We want the better perks and benefit and, the rights of the women be protected and increased. But at the same time, the other part of the world, there's wars, happening, and this will directly impact on the country's economic and safety and stability. So can you say something about it? Thank you.
So yes, it all depends on the economic stability of the country also. So when we just increase the equal opportunities given to them, and no, they give the opportunities, because women are also working. They are the hard workers, and they also do the same roles and responsibilities what men also do. So they will be contributing to the economic part of the country, where the country can grow more.
Thank you, Dr. Hala. Thank you. Next.
So thank you very much, Palak ma'am. From you are from the Parul University Indore, and here I would like to mention that in Parul University Indore, Parul University Gujarat Vadodara. So in a Parul University, we will have the session on 9th of April, and the session will be dedicated to the SDG 9. And Palak Patel ma'am, thank you very much. Thank you the whole team of Parul University for hosting on the SDG, for hosting the April 9 session ma'am. Thank you. Now, moving ahead, I would like to invite Pankaj Bhamori sir. Pankaj Bhamori sir already joined. So, dear
Thank you,
Estara,
ma'am,
I
and
would
we
like...
welcome you for
Yes, and one more thing,
SDG
sorry.
9.
Sorry, I just forget to take the hands joining gesture. So, dear Estara,
Yeah.
please take the hand joining gesture.
Ma'am, please put the palms together. Namaste. And Palak. Yeah. 1 minute. Yeah. Your line, your Video is shattering. 1 minute. Okay. Yes. Thank you.
So
Thank you.
Astara? Yes.
Yeah,
Astara done? Oh,
yes.
that's great. That's great. That's
yeah.
great. Okay. So, dear Astara, please introduce Pankaj Bhamori, sir.
Okay. Let me twin Dr. Dr.
Pankaj Bhamori, I am, yes, dear, I am giving the spotlight to you. Yes, dear.
Okay. Dear audience, dear speakers, let us now hear about Dr. Pankaj Bhamori. He is affiliated with Department of Information Technology at Guru Nanak Dev Engineering College in Ludhiana. He is a convener for his department. Those who are not speaking, can you please mute the mic? Distracting. Thank you. He possesses 2 decades of teaching experience. He has contributed to various research activities and publishing SCIE and Scopus journals. He is academic publisher, editor, author, and a multi-award winner. He also has numerous other commendations from various government and non-profit organizations. He has many more achievements to share, but I think for now this is sufficient. We would love to hear what Dr. Pankaj Bhamori got to share with us today. Welcome, Dr. Pankaj Bhamori.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you.
Dr. Supriya, will you give me the rights to share my screen?
Yes, sir. Giving, sir. Yes, sir. Now you are the co-host, sir.
Supriya, I'm not getting the privilege to share the PPT.
You are co-host, sir. I just saw also. Just go to the share screen and try again, sir.
Yeah, I am pressing the share screen, but the host disabled participant screen sharing.
I'm
getting the message, host disabled the participant screen sharing.
Sir, just hold down. Just hold down, sir.
You have 2 screens. I think it's a different one. Yeah, I think it's on the other screen. That's why I think you got.
So,
for the backup facility, I have joined at the 2 ends. So I am cancelling the one end and will be on my desktop machine.
Okay.
Sir,
so I
you
will close
are
my mobile screen.
okay. Yes, sir. So I'm making you co-host again, sir. Wait a minute.
Yeah, on the other one, Dr. Supriya. The first one.
Yes. Sorry. Pankaj, sir, with the other screen, you have already the host, sir. So, sir, you have to make now me co-host.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
You go to the other one and just make co-host. Yes.
So make me host again, sir.
So, Dr. Mana, I think the screen is visible to everyone.
Yes, you are visible and audible.
Yes, ma'am. So, greetings of the day to everyone present here. So, I am Pankaj Bhamori. I am from the Punjab, Ludhiana, Punjab, from India. So, I am very grateful to the organizers, especially Dr. 𝐒𝐿𝐴𝐶 sir, for giving me the opportunity to be part of this auspicious occasion where such a great or the need of the our thoughts are being shared among one another, and the policies and the individual credibilities or the efforts that, for example, in the previous talk, Dr. Supriya conveyed that on 9th April, such kind of the event will again be organized. So in the before that, professor has conveyed that the survey has already done in the UK, and about 80% of the students are interested that the educational institutes should participate more to set the sustainable development goals. So it is the need of the hour, and we are identifying its need in our practical sessions in every day routine life. Early days, we were identifying the technology was not groomed so enough. And nowadays, although the technology is for the betterment of the human practices, but it is not practiced in the right pattern, particularly for the students. So we are identifying some ethical and the moral backgrounds. The students are degraded. They are not practicing the novel or the better practices for getting the right directions from the family, the society, particularly for the country. So the practices are not groomed in a right way. So I think, in my personal opinion, the sustainable development goals, the different goals being suggested by the United Nations, so they are required to be adopted not for the individual, but for the betterment of the society, but for the betterment of the particular country, but for the betterment of the human relations with one another. We should be able to adopt the appropriate ethics. So this is the major concern. Nowadays, we are identifying in schools, institutes, universities, these students are not able to focus upon their roles, responsibilities. They do claim that what the benefits, uh, what the advantages they would be able to attain while living in a particular nation. But the responsibilities or the roles, this criteria is particularly missing. So SDG, they are being very suitable to be discussed, to be learned, to be adopted, so that we would be able to get a good society where we would be able to have our own role to play, and it should be fruitful for everyone. So referring to my talk, first of all, I want to specify that my background is the information technology. I am the PhD. I have attained the PhD in computer science and engineering. I'm working with the various publishers like elsewhere, the Taylor and Francis Group. And for Taylor and Francis Group, I have offered 2 books on the sustainable development to be published, and I'm the editor for that. So anyone who is seeking the work to get published or to get contribute for the copyright in the form of the copyright, so I would be pleasure to assist in any way. So referring to my topic, SDG and my viewpoints. So I have changed the slide. Is it visible? That is, I have moved to the next slide. Fifth sustainable development goal.
It's visible, but it would be better if you put on
full screen.
Yeah, full screen.
Right, ma'am. Right.
Slideshow. Yes.
Sure.
You can go to the right bottom. There's a TV screen. You click there. Easier, faster.
Is it fine, ma'am?
Yeah, the screen became smaller because I think you clicked on the minimize and maximize. If you see at the PowerPoint, sir, at the right bottom of your screen, you will see a TV screen like. You click that, it will appear full.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, you can see a TV screen at the bottom.
So is it fine, ma'am?
Yeah, but still, never mind, just carry on. Yeah, just carry on, because you see, you got to scroll it.
So major concern I will share, not with reference to the major topics or the text related to the PPT. So my major concern is how the SDG is being helpful. This is the 5th Sustainable Development Goal established by the United Nations as part of the 2030 Agenda for the Sustainable Development. So it recognized the importance of the gender equality as a fundamental human right and necessary foundation for the peaceful, prosperous, and sustainable world. So,
Dr. Pankaj, sorry
yes,
to
sir.
interrupt you. Can you see the see right at the bottom? You click on the third one. Third icon is the full screen. Third icon, yeah, third one. On you, no, yes, here, yes.
So
Click
is it
that. Yeah, TV screen, like.
right, ma'am? Right.
No,
Thank
the
you.
third one. You're on the first one.
Okay.
Second, third.
Okay. Thanks for the assistance, ma'am.
Yes.
So, I will move to the next screen.
Yeah.
So key aspects to be discussed right here. First of all, the major focus is the gender equality. So it do focus upon the equal rights, opportunities, and access to the resources and the services. So definitely we are identifying the why to share about the gender equality. It is already being there. So it is definitely it's good for the developed countries, particularly for the urbanizations. But for the complete nation, if I do consider my beloved nation, India, so we do have major populations still living in the rural area, and we do identify the kind of the opportunities, the rights, and access to the various services, resources, progress, or the growth. It is not equal to the people living in the remote or a rural area or the remote locations. So this is the need of the art, that is the equal set of the rights without the discrimination of the appropriate gender. So equal participation in the decision-making processes at all levels of the society, equal access of the education and the healthcare, and equal economic opportunities. So empowerment of the women and girls, it is the also very essential. So it refers empower the woman and girl by providing them with the necessary tools, resources, and support to realize their full potential. So it ensures the access to the quality education and healthcare, and eliminating all forms of discrimination and violence against the women and the girls. So in a particular remote area or the rural areas, so the girls don't get the opportunities to go to the higher studies. So if they don't learn or don't adopt the technology, the pitfalls or the barriers do occur for their career growth. So empowerment to the women and girls, it is not the liability only with reference to the state or the union government that is totally responsible. It is the educationist, it is the industrialist, it is the NGOs, it is the individual. Each individual, it is being responsible. That is, if our thought process is working in such a way, then definitely some good results or what is being proposed in a real time, in a practical way, we would be able violence or the harmful practices against the women, girls, including domestic violence, trafficking, child marriage. So it involves the strengthening the laws and policies, providing support services to the survivors, and promoting the gender sensitive attitude and behavior. So in the previous set of the decades, the kids who were below 18 year of age, so they were getting married. So now in India, for the huge number of years and decades, it is the marriage age for the boys is 21, and for the girls it is 18, so that they would be able to learn, they could be able to prepare physically to face the different challenges of the life. So equal participation and the leadership, so including the politics, including the business, and including the civil society. So the participation should be equal without the gender discrimination. So recently, about 3-4 months back, the union government right here in India, they passed the reservation to the women's, and in particularly for the politics. That is a particular set of the seats, they are being reserved, only the woman candidate can contest on those seats. And in the government sectors as well, particularly as I belong to the Punjab, so 33% of reservation is there for the girls in the government jobs. So these are the efforts the state and the union government are putting to cover up this barrier that is happening centuries before, and still it is being there in some of the remote locations. So data collection and monitoring, so it should not be practiced without any pen and paper. So analytic is an essential concern. So for example, in a farming sector, if a particular precision farming is required to be adopted, so it should be based upon some data-based facts. That is, what are the essential credentials for the precision farming. So data collection and monitoring, it is very much essential. So accordingly, the policies can be framed. That is, it's happening in a real-time scenario. If some bureaucrats, they do make the decisions without the figure and facts, that is, it is not occurring to their families, it is perfectly fine to their societies, in their cities, but it is not practically being there in every corner of the country. So some analysis is required to be performed, to be collected, to be analyzed. Accordingly, the policies are required to be designed and deployed. So in the data collection, monitoring, and analysis related to the gender disaggregated data across the various indicators, including education, employment, health, political participation. So it helps to identify the gaps, challenges, and informs the evidence-based policies and interventions towards the advanced gender equality. So partnership and collaborations. So the government, civil organizations, private sectors, and other stakeholders, so they need to collaborate together to make to build up the partnerships at the local, national, and the global levels to mobilize the resources, share knowledges and expertise, and coordinate efforts towards the common goals. So intersectionality, SDG 5, it recognizes that the gender inequality intersects with other forms of the discrimination and the disadvantages, including the race, ethnicity, disability, class, and sexual orientation. So therefore, the efforts to promote the gender equality must also address these intersecting inequalities to ensure that no one is left behind. So my next slide. SDG, particularly as a case study, I have worked.
Your slides are not moving.
It is not moving.
Yeah, it's not moving from just now, from your first slide.
Ma'am, is it visible? SDG in India?
No, next. You are on the third slide just now.
Yeah, it's the third slide, ma'am. SDG.
Yeah, okay then. It's written, yeah, there's no title. Because your screen is smaller, we can't see fully. Okay, sir.
So
You're on the fourth slide. A third slide now. Yes.
Yeah, third slide it is.
Third slide, yes.
So SDG in India, particularly, I want to share about the case study. That is the gender disparity. Gender disparity, India faces the significant gender disparity across the various indicators, including the education, employment, health, and political representations. So despite the improvements, as I have shared, girls still face the barriers to accessing the education, especially in the rural and marginalized communities. So gender gaps in workforce participation and wages persist. Women often employed in the informal and low. The women's health outcomes are affected by factors such as the limited access to the healthcare, nutrition, leading to the higher maternal mortality rates in the rural region. I have discussed with the Infosys. It's a software-based industry. So yesterday I was discussing with these officials about how the discrimination can be avoided in the private sector. So I was very happy to learn about that is they have given me the figures that about more than one third of the employees working with the Infosys globally, they are working in about 140 countries, Infosys organization. So more than one third of the persons or the employees working with the Infosys, they are girls, they are the women. So definitely the liberalization, the woman biasment with reference to the various industry, it is perfectly working. It is working in a better way, but still major set of the efforts are required to be performed for the regions where such kind of the knowledge sharing or deployment is not getting viable still. So violence against the women. So the particularly I have identified practically the sexual harassment, dowry related violence, and human trafficking. So despite the legislative measures such as government has drafted on the paper on the protection of the woman from the domestic violence. The act is there. Amendments to the criminal laws, implementation gaps are there. So social stigma, it is a problem. Cultural norms continue to hinder the efforts to address and prevent the violence against the woman. So although the government policies are there, but due to certain gaps, so it is they are not being reported, and accordingly the gender equality is not getting attained. Still the transparent and right efforts are being put by the agencies, state and the union governments. So legal and the policy framework. So it Equal Remuneration Act in India, Maternity Benefit Act, and the Sexual Harassment of the Woman at Workplace, that is the Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act. So these acts are already formulated, but however, the effective implementation and enforcement of these laws remain a challenge, often due to the inadequate resources, infrastructure, and awareness. Empowerment initiatives. So several initiatives focusing on education, skill development, entrepreneurship, and access to the finance. So in India, programs like the Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, that is Save the Daughter, Educate the Daughter, Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana, that is the
Pankaj sir, I would like to request you, sir, please conclude because already it's a 15 to 17 minutes, sir.
right, ma'am, right. So
Yes, sir.
some policies are being there. Girl Child Prosperity Scheme. So here the union government is providing better interest rate with reference to the other saving schemes. So Mahashakti Kendra AIM. So there are many policies. Political representation, as I have shared. So the government is supporting. That is, the reservation should be there in a political, member of parliament and member of legislative assembly seats. So data and monitoring, improvement of the data and coverage can help to identify the disparities, prioritize the interventions, and measure the impact of policies and programs aimed at promoting the gender equality. So definitely there are huge challenges and the opportunities, referring to cultural and social factors often prostitute gender inequality and discrimination, requiring comprehensive approach that involves the community engagement, awareness raising, behavior change intervention. However, the India's demographic dividends with a significant youth population present an opportunity to harness the potential of young people as an agenda of change in advancing the gender equality and women empowerment. So these were the major set of the concerns or my ways, my concerns that I wanted to share. And
So
now,
thank you very much, sir. Pankaj sir, please, could you stop sharing screen, sir?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Yes. And
So,
one more thing, Pankaj sir, you are a host now. So, sir, please make me host, sir.
sure, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Yes. So,
Any questions or any concerns
yes.
that to be anyone
Gesture,
want to discuss
gesture.
or here?
Yes, sir. Sir, I am giving you a spotlight, sir. Just hold on. Okay. I think you have already a spotlight. Yes, sir.
Yes.
So, dear Stara, please capture.
Yeah, I will. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, great. Well done, sir. Thank you, Dr. Pankaj.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Very
And
informative.
very informative session, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And now, without wasting the time, I would like to request Dr. Anjum Qureshi. Are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Yes, ma'am. So I am giving you a spotlight, Anju, ma'am. Just hold on. Yes, ma'am. I am making you a co-host. Ma'am, you are a co-host. Arju, ma'am, I would like to request you, ma'am, please sum up your presentation within a 10 minutes, ma'am.
Okay, sure.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Yes, so greetings to everyone. I'm Dr. Anjan Qureshi, Assistant Professor in the Rajiv Gandhi College of Engineering Research and Technology from India. And it's really great pleasure being on this platform. And I would like to thank the Witty Gossip Association for this wonderful opportunity to share my views on this topic, gender equality. So when we talk about gender equality, most of the times what we think is that we talk about how the men and women can be equal. We talk about equal opportunities for everything. We think that everyone, irrespective of their gender, and despite of people living from any part of the world, they should be equal. So uh, gender equality, most of the times, what the people think is that it is only for women. And sometimes there are even others who think that it is against men. But it is nothing like that. But the thing is that we just need to step up for the gender equality. We have to take a few steps so that they come, both the genders get equal position in the society. Now here, this is when we talk about sustainable 05 and we talk about equality. Uh, there is a statement that says that women work 70% of the world's working hours, yet earn only 10% of the world's income. So when I saw this, actually, I was very shocked. And then I just asked my students that how is it possible? So yes, there was a very interesting answer because most of the women, okay, there are many women, those who are housewives, those who are not into the male task force. But besides that, there are many women who are doing dual roles, who are playing multiple roles. They are working in the offices, they are working at their homes, but especially when we work at home, there is nothing that we are getting in return. So because of this, we can say that those women are working more, but they are being paid less. And when we think of gender equality, one of the most important goals that I think is that education is the most powerful weapon we can use to change the world. And India, when we talk about education, and especially education of women, so it is incomplete without two very powerful women, two very inspiring women in this world, and they are Savitri Bai and Sheikh Fatima. These are the two women who are the pioneers of women education in India. Because earlier, the women they were not at all allowed to go to school and they were not allowed to have education. But these two women came forward to encourage and in fact they faced a lot of difficulties in allowing women to have education. So every Indian woman is just proud and very grateful and very thankful to these particularly these two. Here others are some of the top Indian women who were actually first in their lives. So I think, and I can even see some of you watching, and those are watching this here, of course. These are the women, and in fact, there are many Indian women, many women around the world who have certain examples due to their hard work. So here, if anyone wants to answer, yes, these are the few questions that I would like to ask. Who are your favorite inspiring women? About women icons, because at this time, I was showing that those are some of my favorites. Similarly, many of you will be having your own favorite or inspiring women icons. And yes, the next question that arises here is when we talk about successful women. So, what are the few reasons for the success of the women in the last few decades? One of them is obviously education, because due to education, the women have started learning, the women have got that courage to grow up. And the second is due to education, they have got that encouragement, they have got support. And the society around us, they are able to understand each other. The men and the women, the husband and the wife, the spouse, they are uh, supporting each other. And that is why the many women are coming forward to have their careers and they are achieving success. In fact, if we talk about successful women around the world, they can be many. Now, when we talk about work, there are again, this is again a very interesting slide which says that 45% of the women have been affected by gender discrimination at work. Yes, of course, this is being going on. And it really needs an attention because it is not that only women should go to work, but we have to always look after the gender discrimination that is going on. Let it be any field, any field. It is education, IT industry, or software field, or it is even in the education industry, even in the entertainment industry. We have seen the models, the actors who say that they are being paid less as compared to their male counterparts. Similarly, if we talk about the leadership positions, like you can see women, we are in education sector. So we can see many women who are working as teachers. You can see few women who are working at as professors at the university or the college level. But there is very few women you can see who are working at very responsible positions at like the vice chancellors or the deans or the honors or the directors of the institute. And this is there in every. So yes, there is still a lot of discrimination. But if we see this, now when we talk about gender equality, and like I was saying in the previous slide, that 45% of the women are facing gender discrimination. So when we talk about this, gender inequality in the workplace, so is it only a women's issue? It is not just a women's issue, but it is an issue for all. Because this is an issue which everyone has to think. Because what we are doing is, we are only thinking of gender equality. But instead of that, we should be inculcating terms like gender equality and gender equity and gender mainstreaming. We need to talk about more about gender mainstreaming because gender mainstreaming is a concept which considers both the genders to be equal. It things beyond the biological differences that have been created. Because biological differences that have been given actually by the nature, that we are born as a boy or a woman, a boy or a girl. But these gender differences are created by the society. So we have to think beyond the stereotypes that have been created by the society. And this is a very important message that I would like to say is that the worst thing that we can do as a woman is not support each other. Because when we talk about gender discrimination or when we talk about less participation of women in the society, we waste our time. Sometimes I think we just waste our time blaming the men and we just waste our time blaming the male-dominated society. But actually, somewhere in the women are also responsible for the gender discrimination that has been going on. Because there are many women who sometimes just forget that their activities are actually hampering the progress of another woman. They treated minister, they just go at any levels, at any chief levels, to actually just let down other women. And this is a weakness which the males are using. So we need to support each other. That is only when we can achieve gender equality. We cannot achieve gender equality by just fighting against the male-dominated society, but we can achieve gender equality only by supporting each and every woman around us. We should not run behind positions. We should not run behind promotions, but we should support each and every woman. Let each and every woman working around us have and enjoy a position to have success according to her capability. So this is a small message which I had from my side. Thank you very much once again.
Yes, okay, Dr. Anjum, we need to have, yes. Dr. Anjum, your gesture, please.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Thanks. Is it
Yes,
okay?
beautiful, beautiful, with your beautiful smile. Great. One more, one more. Okay, you are done.
Thank you. Thank you
You are
very much.
done. Thank you for your patience. You're waiting very long since it is now morning. Dr.
So
Supriya?
now I would like to call Rosanna Ren. Rosanna, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Good morning, everyone. Oh,
Yes,
this
Rosanna, please
morning.
introduce yourself. And Rosanna, I am extremely sorry you are waiting since morning. And in your country, it's I think 3 a.m. Right, dear?
Yes, it's actually 2:45 in the morning. Yes.
It's a quarter to 3. Yes, dear Rosanna, please proceed, dear. Please
Yes.
proceed. And please introduce yourself here to all the members.
Yes. Hi, I'm Rosanna Wren. I'm from Trinidad and Tobago. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Witty Gossip for this opportunity. It's such a blessing to be here and hearing and absorbing all these wonderful information on gender equality. I would go straight into my presentation. Gender equality is a human right, but our world faces a persistent gap in access to opportunities and decision-making power for women and men. Globally, women have fewer opportunities for economic participation than men, less access to basic and higher education, greater health and safety risks, and less political representation. Guaranteeing the rights of women and giving them opportunities to reach their full potential is critical not only for attaining gender equality, but also for meeting a wider range of international development goals. Empowered women and girls contribute to the health and productivity of their families, communities, and countries, creating a ripple effect that benefits everyone. The word gender describes the socially constructed roles and responsibility that societies considers appropriate for men and women. Gender equality means that men and women should have equal power, equal opportunities for financial independence, education, and personal development. Women empowerment is a critical aspect of achieving gender equality. It includes increasing a woman's sense of self-worth, her decision-making power, her access to opportunities and resources, her power and control of her own life, inside and outside of the home, and her ability to effect change. Yet, gender issues are not focused on women alone, but on the relationship between men and women in each family. The actions and attitudes of men and boys play an essential role in achieving gender equality. Education is a key area of focus. Although the world is making progress in achieving gender parity in education, girls still make up a higher percentage of out-of-school children than boys. Approximately one-quarter of girls in the developing world do not attend school. Typically, families with limited means who cannot afford such costs as uniforms, school supplies, etc. for their children will prioritize education for their sons. Family may also rely on girls' labor for household chores, carrying water, and childcare, leaving limited time for school. But prioritizing girls' education provides perhaps the single highest return on investment in the developing of this world. An educated girl is more likely to postpone marriage, raise a small family, have healthier children, and send her own children to school. She has more opportunities to earn an income and participate in political processes, and she is less likely to become infected with HIV. Women's health and safety is another important area. HIV and AIDS is becoming an increasingly impactful issue for women. This can be related to women having fewer opportunities for health education, unequal power in sexual partnership, or as a result of gender-based violence. Ma- Maternal health is also an issue of specific concern. In many countries, women have limited access to prenatal and infant care, and most likely to experience complications during pregnancy and childbirth. This is a critical concern in countries where many girls are having children before they are already the age of 18. Equal maternal health care can provide an important entry point for information and services that empower mothers and as informed decision makers concerning their own health and the health of their children. A final area of focus in attaining gender equality in women's economic and political empowerment. Though women comprise more than 50% of the world's population, they only own 1% of the world's wealth. Throughout the world, women and girls perform long hours of unpaid domestic work. In some places, women still lack rights to own land or inherit properties, obtain access to credit, earn income, or move up in their workplace, free from job discrimination at all levels, including at home and in the public arena. Women are widely underrepresented and as decision makers. Women are outnumbered 4-1. Yet women political participation is crucial for achieving gender equality and genuine democracy. Thank you so much for having me. It has been a pleasure.
So, dear Astara, I would like to, yes, I would like to request you, please share your views, dear.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Dr. Supriya. Ma'am Rosanna Brain.
Yes.
Thank you for your comprehensive and incredible sharing. We definitely admire your patience and contribution to our Global Peace Sustainable Development Goals Summit 2024 today. Thank you. Thank you so much.
It has been my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
And good night. But
Good
can we
night.
see you? Can we see you on camera so we can take?
No, dear. Actually, she has a problem with the camera.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Fine.
yeah. Yes.
Okay.
No,
Thank
dear.
you. Thank you.
Okay.
We'd love to
Rosanna.
have you again.
Yes, Rosanna, on behalf of whole team Witty Gossip Association, I offer my sincere gratitude towards you.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Have
you,
a
dear.
blessed day.
Thank you, dear. Thank you. Same to you, dear. Now, moving ahead, I would like to request a student from Croatia. Dominic, are you ready to present? And after Dominic, Ashwini, that it will be your turn. Agatha, are you ready? Agatha, you are already a co-host.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Dominic, I'm sorry. Yes, you are not presenting. Agatha, please proceed.
Yes, I will just share my screen so you can see.
Yes, you are already co-host here.
I'm sorry. Can you see everything?
Yes, everything, dear. Everything, dear. Please go ahead, dear. Please go ahead.
Okay. So I will be presenting about gender equality in Croatia. My name is Agata Đurđević, and I am a student of Faust Rančić High School of Mechanical Engineering, and my profession is mechanical technician. I am 15 years old, and I'm from Zagreb, Croatia.
Yeah, can you increase the size of the screen, dear? Can you put on a slideshow? That the one on
Dear
screen,
Estara, yes,
yeah.
dear Estara, when we are putting in a slideshow, so there is the problem in the Zoom.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
please
Then it's fine.
continue.
It's
Please
fine.
continue, dear. Please continue.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. So I'm sorry. So first, I'll be talking about legal protection from domestic violence in Croatia. So basically, in Croatia, laws protect people, especially women, from abuse at home. The Domestic Violence Prevention Act helps victims by offering things like restraining orders and shelters. The government also works to enforce these laws and holds abusers accountable. International agreements like the Istanbul Convention help Croatia fight all forms of violence against women. Legal protection in the workplace. So Croatia ensures fairness and safety at work through its labor laws. Employers must provide a safe environment free from harassment. Discrimination, including sexual harassment, is not allowed. Laws also support women with maternity leave and flexible work arrangements, making it easier for them to balance work and family. Women in government. So Croatia is working to have more women in government. They use quotas as special programs to encourage women to join politics. While progress has been made, more efforts are needed to overcome cultural and barriers and stereotypes. Reproductive rights in Croatia. So in Croatia, everyone has the right to make choices about their reproductive health. Laws ensure access to family planning, contraception, and safe abortion services. Despite legal protections, challenges like affecting access to reproductive health care for some people. Maternity leave in Croatia. So basically, in Croatia, pregnant women have the right to maternity leave before and after childbirth. They also receive financial support during this time, and parental leave is also available, allowing parents to share caregiving responsibilities. Maternal health support. So Croatia offers comprehensive maternal healthcare service. Pregnant women receive parental care from primary care providers, and childbirth services are available in hospitals and birthing centers. Postnatal care helps mothers and infants after childbirth and ensuring their health and well-being. And these measures show Croatia's commitment to support women's rights, health, and safety in various aspects of life. Thank you for your attention.
Oh, thank you very much, Agatha. Estara, please ask her for joining hands.
Yes, can you please stop screen sharing, dear?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Let me.
Yes.
Did I stop? Oh wait.
Yes.
Okay. Did I stop?
Great. Okay. Yes. It did stop. Can you please put up both your ones? Fantastic. We'll have a snap. Okay. 1, 2. Great, dear. Well done.
Thank you.
Okay, so moving ahead now, I would like to request Ashwini Rathore. Ashwini, the student of Medicapes University Indore. You are also waiting from since morning. Are you there, Ashwini? Ashwini, I can see you. Ashwini, are you listening to me? Dr. Parul Shada, are you listening me? Please tell Ashwini. Ashwini, you are the last presenter. I am requesting you again. Ashwini, I think you are not listening to me. You are here, but you are not listening me. Yes. So no issue. Yes, so this is the end from my side. All the foreign speakers have done a tremendous presentations. So, dear Astara, now
Yes.
I would like to invite you for closing ceremony, for closing speech, dear.
Yes, thank you, dear. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Hello.
Yes. Oh, she's here. She's here. You are
Okay.
just
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, Ashwini.
yeah,
Yes,
we
Ashwini.
almost missed you.
Please switch on your camera also.
We
Yes,
almost
and you have only 3 to 4 minutes, dear. Please give your speech, dear. Yeah, Ashwini? Ashwini, can you listen me? No, I think there is a problem with the Ashwini. Ashwini, please let me know what should I do. Should I wait or should I end the meeting? Ashwini, we can do one thing. Tomorrow you can join again, okay? And we will have your speech tomorrow, dear. Okay. So thank you very much, dear.
Okay, ma'am.
Dear.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's
Yes,
having
dear.
some issues, yeah.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So tomorrow, dear, you can join. Right. So, dear Astara, please give
Yes.
your closing remark.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Supriya. Dear all, as we draw the curtains on this monumental Global Peace and Sustainable Development Goals Summit of 2024, Day 5, on gender equality, it's imperative that we reflect not just on the discussion that have taken place within this hybrid summit, but also on this the commitments we have made as global citizens to translate our words into actions. Word without actions is lifeless. Action gives life to words. For it is in our collective action that we find the solution we seek. It is in our shared humanity that we will discover the empathy and compassion needed to bridge divides and build a more just and equitable world for all. And it is in our unwavering dedication to the principles of peace, justice, and sustainability that we will have a legacy worthy of future generations. As we depart from this summit on day 5, let us carry with us the spirit of cooperation, the determination to make a difference, and the conviction that together we can overcome any obstacles. Let us remember that the journey towards global peace and sustainable development is not a sprint, but a marathon, and that every step we take, no matter how small, brings us closer to our goal. As we conclude our discussion on Sustainable Development Goal 5, gender equality, let us reaffirm our commitment to creating a world where all genders have equal rights and opportunities. We have delved into crucial issues, challenged norms, and outlined pathways for progress. Now it is imperative to translate our words into action. Words into action. Let's foster inclusive policies, dismantle barriers, and empower individuals regardless of gender. Each step towards equality enriches our society, strengthens our economies, and fulfills the promises of a fairer world for all. Together, let us build a future where gender is no longer a detriment of one's worth or opportunities. Collaboration among government, NGOs, and businesses is essential in eradicating or reduce this disparity in gender equalities, as most of our CEOs are owners of business are men. They could also help us to reduce the gap, the gender disparities. Let us recommit ourselves to vision outlined in the Sustainable Development Goals to a world where peace reigns, where prosperity is shared, and where the rights and dignity of every individual are upheld. Let us go forth from this summit with a renewed hope and determination, knowing that together we can build a brighter future for generations to come. On behalf of Witty Gossip Association and Medicaps University, I thank you and see you again tomorrow on SDG 6, Clean Water and Sanitation. Thank you.
Thank you, dear Estara. Thank you very much. So it's a time to say goodbye. Thank you very much to GIETU Mechanical Department and GITU University. Thank you very much. Kalicharan sir. Kalicharan sir, you did a great job. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for organizing, for leading this summit to host the day 5 gender equality. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. The whole team, Witty Gossip Association, and the whole team of Sustainable Development Goals, Global Peace Sustainable Development Summit is really honored to have you, sir, in our organizing committee. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Yes. Sir, can we have your gesture picture also? I'm giving you the spotlight, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. Dear Estara, please click the picture.
Your hands a bit lower because lower, sir.
Lower, sir. Lower. Yes.
Like this,
Yes.
like this. Yes.
Okay. Great, sir. Great.
Done.
Great, sir. Sir, I would like to request your whole department, sir. If possible, please they stand up.
Now I'm just all the students of who are gathering here around the faculty members. Right? Just give back right?
Yes. If you are all stand up, so it will be a great picture.
All the students just stand up and give their hands. Give their hands now in line. Right?
Yes, that's great. That's great. So all the students, please join your hands. All students, please join your hands. Yes, all students. 1, 2, 3. Yes, Sarah?
Yes.
Please click the picture.
Yeah.
Yes.
Done.
Yes.
Thank
amazing
you.
Picture. Amazing. Amazing. Yes.
Yes.
It's amazing picture. So thank you very much. Yes. Is Sarah done?
Yes, done twice.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I
Thank
think
you
one
all.
more because one more please.
Yes.
Because you know what?
One
they just
more, please.
adjusted
Yes.
the thing in the
Okay,
backup
so
queue.
our
One more
Estara
time.
wants
One more time.
one more time.
One more time. Yes. Don't disturb the screen, please. Lower a bit.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
lower a bit. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, students.
Gesture again. Yes. Good. Just stop there. Please,
Yes.
please do namaste. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Great. Done. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Next week, privilege that I am the part of the campus. I thank you, Dr. Esther from Malaysia.
Oh, thank you.
Right, and other thank you, ma'am, also. That whole combination is national base for the SDGs from 1 to 17 we are reaching, right?
So thank you once again. Yes, sir. Thank you once again, sir, for joining us, for cooperating this event, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay. So now is the time to say goodbye. Tomorrow we will meet again with the goal number 6.
Dr. Supriya, your gesture. Let me.
Okay, my
You're the most
gesture, yes.
important person. Yes, lovely. Okay.
Okay.
Done, dear.
So
Done.
thank you, dear. Thank you, dear. Please let me know. We have the gesture of the Quenchia.
Quenchia. Krisha, I think
G𝐿𝐴N𝐻 from Philippines. Yes, we have the gesture. Yes. Okay. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, g𝐿𝐴N𝐻, from joining us from the land of Philippines. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, all of you. Please stay with us. Now it's a time. I would like to request technical team, please end the meeting. Thank you very much.